Right. In this morning show, we are here to inspire you about building your own business and helping you stay on track of your goals. It's a daily cup of motivation. A supportive group of women who wants to see you succeed in your business. And we'll support you every step of the way. Right in the morning. Just put your mind to it. Coffee with Nikkie. Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo. Wake up in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm yawning, brainstorming when my mind is forming. Time to tune to this morning show early in the morning. Listen to Coffee with Nikkie. Oh yes, she's busy. If you need help, tune on the channel right with me. Strong, independent women, make it sound easy. Take it Wake up everybody in the morning. Wake up everybody. It's coffee with Nikkie, and we have to get our drink on. So educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Educate your mind, right? Hey, we riding, yo.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this amazing morning? Today we are representing LA. This is I think Sean said this from Dan Pigeons, and so this is their shirt that the funds are going to help with the fires in LA. So shout out to Dan Pigeons. So good morning. How's everybody doing this amazing morning? It's a little cloudy outside, a little icy out there. It's a little something going on. Sean said that the groundhog saw a shadow, which means we're going to have winter for a couple more weeks. Have to start my pepper seeds. My friend told me, do that pepper seed. Remember that dance? My friend told me it's time to put my pepper seeds in the dirt. I didn't do those yet, and hers is already growing. So by the time March, April gets here, she's going to be ready. Ready. So, yes, this morning, let me tell you, yesterday we went live in the evening, and we were talking about, someone asked me the question, like, what's your end goal for your business? Where do you see yourself? And da-da-da-da-da. So I think I have an unpopular opinion. So we're going to talk about that today. We're also going to talk about accountability. That was one of the things we were talking about yesterday. Jules was on the show with me yesterday. And we were talking about accountability, responsibility. And this is something that I am learning as a parent, because as a parent and as a coach, right? Because a lot of the times people would like to blame their results on you when they didn't do the work. And so one thing that is really hard, and you see it with your children, is when your children blame you for something that they didn't do. They blame you for not being accountable for their own actions and taking responsibility for the things that they were supposed to do, and they like to put it on you, and this is why they didn't do something. It's kind of hurtful, right? And I realized it's the same thing that goes into coaching and leading and things like that. Like, people would love to blame you for all of the things that are not going right, because they are not doing the work. And so we were talking about that yesterday. We're going to talk about it a little more today as well. And also, we had a 7-day challenge. And I want to know how many of you guys have taken part of the 7-day challenge. I know there's some people who went into the community and told me they were going to take whichever number, but tomorrow is the last day. Tomorrow is Wednesday, right? Today's Tuesday. Yes, tomorrow is Wednesday, and it's already time, right? So look how fast that was. I know it seemed so far away when you initially started, but now the challenge is already over. And so you could have done seven days of accountability to move closer to your goal. So I would like to know how many of you have participated and how you're doing. Give me some updates and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So let me tell y'all what I did yesterday. Let me tell you what I did yesterday. And then I'm going to get into the chat. Yesterday, I had made, because I like to make my foaming bath butter from scratch, right? And so I was like, let me go on ahead and make a batch, because I wanted to do my whole Valentine's Day event, and I didn't want to do the whipped shea sugar scrubs. I wanted to do the foaming whipped sugar scrubs, because I'm always doing the whipped shea sugar scrubs and the body butters. So I was like, you know what? Let me do something a little different. I'm going to do the foaming whip ones. I'm going to have it all laid out, da-da-da-da. So I thought that I ordered SCI, and the sodium cocoa isophenate isothineate or something like that. So I thought that's what I ordered. But oh, no, 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 no. I didn't order the SCI noodles. I ordered the SCS noodles. And the thing that I know about SCS is that it was a whole big controversial thing going on with Lush about using it because it's not good for you, it's harsh, it causes irritation, da 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 da. So people were going off on using SCS, and it was like, Lush should have better practices. They tell you that it's natural, and they tell you that it's fresh, made fresh, and this is what they're using. Don't use this. So I ordered SCS noodles by accident, and I said, I didn't know that until after I made my batch, and I was like, and I made a huge batch, y'all. It's a lot of glycerin, a lot of gone, wasted. And I said, why is this not solidifying? Usually it just solidifies. And I'm like, why is it not solidifying? This is weird. This has never happened before. And I'm like, I'm looking at my recipe, and I'm like, no, I followed the recipe. I'm not missing any ingredients. Cause sometimes, you're like, oh, this said the texture is not the right texture. And so, oh, wait a minute. You go back and be like, oh, I forgot to add castor oil. Oh, I forgot to add whatever. Right. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, I did everything right. Everything is good. Why, when I looked at my bag, it said SCS. And I was like, that's my problem. It says SCS, not SCI. And I was like, oh my gosh. So now I have this huge batch of, I don't know what this thing is. I don't even know if it's something that I could use. I'm going to have to go back into looking at the, SCS and see if it's good and da 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 da. But I'm like, I cannot believe that I did that. So I wasted a whole entire batch. So now I was like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this no more. I'm going to just go on ahead and buy the bath butter because it's cheaper to buy the bath butter because it's already done and you don't have to worry about letting it sit and all that other stuff. And I was like, I can't believe I did it. So yeah, so we'll see if I'm going to have my foaming sugar scrubs. I'll have them, but I won't have them for the body cocktail bar. But I was so upset. Like, oh my gosh, do you know how much ingredients were wasted? And SCI is not cheap at all. At all. At all. At all. If I found out a bag is $100 and something. Not cheap. Okay, so with all of that being said, after I done stress y'all out over my ingredients, no. Welcome everybody to Coffee with Nikki. I am your host, Miss Nikki, and this is your daily cup of information and inspiration. And let me see who is in the building. Oh, y'all, let me tell y'all first. I am drinking. You see that? Okay, so I am drinking Metamese coffee. So Metamese has some amazing coffee. I think I'm drinking what am I drinking? Oh. Y'all might not be able to see me. Can y'all see me? I know my internet just went out. Let me see. Can you see and hear me? Yes. Okay, there we go. All right. My internet, I don't know. The thing started blinking. So, okay. So Metame says I'm drinking Hazelnut Bliss and it made it smell so amazing. The whole house smells amazing. Like I didn't even need to light a candle. Like seriously, the whole entire house smells amazing and it tastes delicious. So that's what I'm drinking this morning. I'm drinking Metamese coffee. But let me get into the chat. Let's get into the chat. And did y'all know too, this is another thing that I just learned this morning, is that the darker the brew doesn't mean that it's stronger. The darker the brew actually means the opposite. It means that it's less caffeinated, something like that. That's what Metamie told me this morning. And so I did not know that. So I'm going to be testing out quite a few brews to see which one is going to resonate with my spirit in the morning, and we are going to do that. So let's check and see who's in the building. All right, so we have Latrice of Heartbeat Candle ATL. I, on the other hand, call her cousin, but here in these YouTube streets, we call her the best moderator on what? Earth. The best moderator on earth in the building. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, cousin. How are you doing this amazing morning? All right, we got Tracy in the building. Tracy, how are you doing this amazing morning? She said, good morning, everyone. Have an amazing day, and I hope that you guys got your tumblers. Your Playing Small Does Not Serve the World, because the sale is now over. So if you missed it, you missed it. But it was definitely a time. No, I'm just joking. A time was had. My cup should be coming soon, hopefully. I had ordered mine a little late because I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to order my cup. So I had to put my order in. So yeah, I'm waiting for that. And I have my shirt too. I am going to wear it when it's a little warmer. I'm going to wear my You're Playing Small Does Not Serve the World t-shirt that I ordered from Michi when it gets a little warmer, because it's a little chilly in the mornings. We've been getting really, really cold weather. Good morning, Melly Mel. Melly Mel is in the building. Melly Mel said, good morning, everyone. Have a great day. And hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like, hit the like, hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like, hit the like, hit the like button. Good morning, Yolanda. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me tell you, I don't even know why I heard they hit the like button and Yolanda, and in between that thought, I thought of eggs. Y'all know how much my eggs cost yesterday? An 18 pack of eggs, y'all. An 18 pack of eggs. You know that the dozen and a half pack of eggs? $10.16. $10.16 mother effing cents for eggs. Are you kidding me? And it wasn't like the big pack of eggs. You know those double-decker eggs you get at Walmart? Oh, no, they weren't those. They was a little dozen and a half pack of eggs. $10.16. Okay, so let me get back into it. I don't even know why in between those thoughts I thought of eggs. Listen. Sometimes everything that pops in my head I don't have to say, but sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. Good morning, Michelle Robinson. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Good morning, Miss Christina. Miss Christina's in the building. She said, good morning. Good morning, Miss Kim. Miss Kim said, good morning, lovelies. How are you doing this amazing morning? All right, we got Melissa's in the building. Melissa said, good morning, everyone. I am blessed. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Tasha K. Tasha K's in the building. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She said, good morning, Floxy people. Good morning, Tasha K. Good morning, Miss Magnie. Miss Magnie said, good morning, beauties. How are you doing this amazing morning? Good morning, Metame. You guys also know her as Tony Nicole. All right. Also as the winner of the BCMC pitch competition. Good morning, Metame. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Martini. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning, y'all? Miss Martini has released her body butter, so make sure that you guys go and check out Moamo on Instagram or on her website. Go purchase, go support. She is her new release was February 1st. So make sure y'all go on and support, okay? Make sure, OMG, I love the foaming ones. Yep. So the foaming ones are on pause. They are on pause right now. So I'm going to go down a rabbit hole of ingredients and see, why shouldn't I use it or whatever. And then I am going to, because it's not solidifying. I think it's meant to be like body washes. So we'll see. We'll see, Mr. Wilson. I ordered bath butter base and it's like gel. Listen, it's supposed to be creamy like a butter. It's supposed to be creamy like a butter. Yep. It does. If it's warm, it will liquefy a little bit, but it will always solidify. But I've never had that experience when I purchased the foaming bath butter for it to liquefy. I've never had that experience. I do know when I make it, it starts out like that, and so and then I have to wait for it to solidify. But what's going on right now, it just looks like a thick body wash. And I mean, if it goes, then it goes, and I'll make it a body wash, or maybe add some more water. I don't know what I need to do, but I'm gonna figure it out. There's a whole lot of ingredients in there that I put in there that's wasted, and I need to fix it because I'm not wasting all that money. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Side note, congratulations to Mel for getting your candles out on time. Let's get it. Let's go. Ooh, forgot about that too. Yes, yes, and yes. I have been doing the challenge. All right, Sasha K. She said she's been doing the challenge. So far, so good. It's definitely keeping me accountable. Hey, I love that. Absolutely love that. Good, 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 good. All right, let's see what we got. I can see you. Okay, yeah. My internet just blinked and all of the, the things just started going up. I was like, I don't think they can see me anymore. I don't think they can see me anymore. Good morning, Lakeisha Keisha. How are you doing this amazing morning? She says, I am truly blessed. Yes, yes, and yes. Tony says, darker the roast, the stronger the taste, but less caffeine. Did y'all know that? How many of y'all knew that? Because I did not know that. I thought that the darker it is, the stronger it is. I didn't know that the darker it is, it's just the stronger taste and less caffeine. I thought it was more. So let me know what you think in the chat. Nikki, when I messed up a recipe or waste ingredients, I want to throw hands. Who you? These ingredients are expensive. I got on here talking on Instagram yesterday, telling about how expensive cocoa butter and olive oil is right now, and those are the key the key ingredients that we use to make soap. You know what I'm saying? And now we sitting out here on a limb trying to figure out what we gonna do. We gonna sell a foot to get some? No, I'm just joking. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy times. They were 14 here for a single dozen. What? These eggs are going crazy. They are going crazy. They were 14 for a single dozen here. Wow, I can't complain about the $6.39 I paid. Well, listen, the great thing about us over here, now I didn't pay the $10.16. Okay, so let me tell you why. The great thing about us is that when you get your points in your supermarket or whatever, so once we hit 100 points, you can get your eggs. There used to be you could get that 18 pack for 99 cents, but no more. So now they changed the price to $2.99. So I actually got the eggs for $2.99, but if I didn't have the points, I wouldn't have been able to. But I'm just saying. But yes, listen, you better get on them coupons and everything that you need, because it's coupon time again, because these prices are going crazy. You need to shop at Trader Joe's. Bought my dozen for $3.49. I don't even have a Trader Joe's nowhere near me, and nowhere even in my vicinity, going towards New York, going towards New Jersey. I am not anywhere near a Trader Joe's. Costco's here was sold out. Wow. Damn, I wish mine were that price. That's how much I paid for a 12 pack. Listen, they were 14 here for a single dozen. All right. Good morning, Chavez. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We were having a Basie, right? Because I was calling you Bossy, and it is Basie. And me and Tony were talking about that yesterday. I was like, I was calling her Bossy the whole entire time. She didn't check me or nothing. She just let me call her Bossy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She said, Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. You're welcome, Martini. Yes. Sell it to us in a body wash. I'll buy it because I'm here to support. Ain't that many stores I go to. So the Metame household will take it. Oh, okay. Got you. Listen, I don't know. I'm going to see. I'm checking to see what's happening. I'm monitoring it closely. And then I'm going to look at recipes and see what exactly, because I've never used SCS before. Never, ever, ever in my never in my long leg life. I never, ever used it before. So I'm like, it looks the same. Pay attention. It looks the same, but it's not the same. It's not the same. So I'm gonna see if it works. See what happens. Not if it works. I'm gonna see what happens and see what I created. I don't know what that is. You guys need to move here. $7, $7.50 US for 30 eggs. Oh, okay, come on. I love dark roast, but I definitely noticed the drop in caffeine, Tony. See? I don't eat eggs. I don't eat them either, Miss Kim. I do not eat them unless we had this conversation, right? Unless I take the little fetus out. They said it's not a fetus, it's a membrane. It looks like a fetus, so it's a fetus to me. And I won't eat eggs everywhere because they don't take that thing out. And I don't want to eat that. Let me see. I don't eat eggs, but RJ eats them every day. I'm getting him eggs for Valentine's Day I'm telling you, you better put a little bow on your eggs. Put a little heart on each one. Good morning, Regina. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. Put some hearts on them eggs and call it a day. You eat them every day. You're gonna feel the love every morning when you eat an egg. Listen, I do not eat them. Do y'all agree that those little things in the eggs? And I know we had a whole long conversation with BCMC about that little thing in the eggs not being a fetus. And I think we had this conversation here too. Do y'all think it's a fetus? I think it's a fetus, and it looks like a little cord too. So that I don't know what I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. And so in my mind, that's what I see. That is what I see. Let me know if y'all feel the same way. Let me know if y'all feel the same way. Cause honey, I will not eat them. I like Sean make eggs. I'm like, did you take the thing out? Did you take the fetus out? And she's like, just eat the eggs. And I'm like, mm-mm. Not eating them. I don't eat them if they have that fetus thing. If you didn't take the fetus thing out, and if there's, I'm not an egg lover, and so I don't like the white part of the egg. I don't want to see any part of the whites. I want it to all be mixed in and be all of the eggs have to be yellow. I don't want any white parts of egg in my eggs. I'm picky, but I'm really picky like that in real life. I don't want to see no part of the white egg. I don't eat them. I posted 5 days in a row, 2 more to go. Come on, Michelle. Let's give you a round of applause. Yes, yes, and yes. I love that. 2 more days to go definitely forces me to create content and just anything. I found that informing generates sales. Oh, so you got some sales? Oh, you said and not just saying anything. Okay. So did you get some sales this week? Let me know in the chat. And let's see. I take the card off and toss it. The cord off and toss it. Yes. Right. So it does look like a cord, right? I'm telling you. They're like, it's a membrane. I said that don't look like no membrane. It's definitely the umbilical cord of a baby chick. Yes. Listen, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that. Good morning, Damien. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? He said, good morning, queens and kings. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I totally agree. That reminds me of umbilical cord. Right. I'm not eating that. I don't want that. I don't want it. And then that thing don't cook either. That thing don't cook. It stays just the way it looks. I'm not eating that. Mm-mm. Now, did I destroy your appetite for eggs? Sorry. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Good. I love that for you. Good job. Great job, Michelle. Yes. Yes. All right. So did I destroy? Let me. Are you still gonna eat eggs? Say yes. I know y'all gonna still eat eggs. We still eat. We gonna eat it. We're gonna eat it. That's just my perception. This is just what I think. Just what I think. Just what I think. So keep on eating eggs, y'all. Keep on eating eggs. My family goes to the Amish market and it costs about $8.99. How many do you get at the Amish market? I know the Amish market. Oh my gosh, they have the freshest everything. Oh my goodness. I used to do some markets where it's like near Amish country, well, where Lancaster and stuff like that is near those areas. And so they will always come with their stuff. And they had the freshest baked goods, the freshest ingredients. Oh, loved it. I don't live anywhere near it, but it was a good time. It was a good time. Let me see. I'm still eating them. Good. 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 They're just number thing. So all right. So yesterday I had Jules on and we were talking about accountability and responsibility. And again, I was telling you about being a coach and how things have been changing and pivoting for me. And I said, I had a conversation, right? And The conversation was about what is the end game? What is it that you want to do? And this is a conversation I had with Metame. And I was like, you know what? As I sat and I thought, like, you know, all my life I've had a goal. I wanted to do such and such. I wanted to do such and such. And then getting into this, I said, you know what? I think I'm going to just be living in my purpose. I'm just going to be operating within my gift. And what's the end game? I'm not really sure, but I'm going to just keep doing what's the next right step, right? And so it'll be I think it's an unpopular opinion for many, right? And why I think it's an unpopular opinion for many. Hey, Candace, good morning, good morning, good morning. Why I think it's an unpopular opinion for many is because it's like we feel, and I think we are conditioned to say this is what we want. So we see other people want something, and so we have to want it that way. You know what I'm saying? So I make a product, so of course my end game have to be that I want my product in a bunch of stores. I make products, so of course my end game is going to be that I want to have a bunch of stores. Of course I make products, so of course my end game is going to be I want to be a millionaire, multi-millionaire, billionaire, whatever. Of course I make products, so of course I want my thing to be the number one product and da 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 da. And so I think we're conditioned to think that way. And I think that because we make a product, we feel like those are the only options. And I don't feel like being in business for 15 years, I don't feel like those are my only options anymore. Now I can tell you when looking at my past vision boards and before I started doing roadmap boards and things like that, I could see certain things based off of my life experiences of the things that I wanted. And I'm looking at them now and I'm like, well, why did I even want that? Right? What did I want that for? And I wanted it for because good morning, Big Meech. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I wanted things because I thought that was the natural progression. You know what I'm saying? I thought that that was the natural right step. And realizing as I get older, as I am moving through life, I'm realizing that things are changing up a little bit as to the things that I want and why I want them, and not being able. And I think it also has something to do with maturing. I think it has something to do with being an entrepreneurship for some time because things change, right? And so since things change, you have to learn to change with the times because if you don't change with the times, you're going to get left behind. That's bars. If you don't change with the times, you're going to get left behind. And so you have to be able to be fluid. You have to be able to learn to move when you have to move. But the thing about that is I think that it's important to mention that you should be operating in your gift and taking the next right step because all of my life's experience have led me up to where I am right now, right? And am I in the place where I've envisioned myself when I was younger? No, because when I started out, when I was younger, I was doing a lot of different things. Everything that I had to do, everything that I was doing at that time was all about the arts, right? And so my idea was I wanted to be at the Grammys. I wanted to, be an artist. I wanted to be the best dancer. I wanted to be this. I wanted to be that. And that no longer is part of my vision. And not because it just didn't happen and things didn't work out. I've had great opportunities and I've done a lot of different things. And again, I was sharing this yesterday. A lot of my life I'm like, a lot of the things that come back up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I did that. I was with this person. I did this person. I did that, not this person like that. No, pause. I did this with this person, and I did this with this person, and I'm like, you know what? I have lived a very colorful life, right? And it's not over. I still got a lot of life and a lot of colorful things to do, right? But the things that I wanted at that particular time are no longer what I want at this time. Like I said, I was a dancer, so I was dancing everywhere. I was doing music videos, performing, going, dancing with artists and things like that. That's what my life was. And from that, I went into being a stylist, right? And from being a stylist, I was doing makeup and things like that. And so a lot of people know me for a lot of different things. And so that's what my life was at that time. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to be, oh, I got to do this person's makeup. I want to do this person's makeup. And all those things things have happened, but now my life is different. And so I say all of that to say that your life is going to consistently evolve, and it is okay for the vision that you had for yourself or your business to also evolve, right? Because all of your life experiences are going to take you to where you're going to go. And as long as you are operating in your purpose, as long as you are operating within your gift, I think that you're going to be fine. And I'm not saying that to use this as an excuse to be lazy, because let me tell you something, laziness pisses me off, and it's not about laziness. It is about you operating in your gift and being able to know it, it's okay to pivot. Like I said, I started in the entertainment industry. And I've always been a teacher. I've always been a leader. That has always been my life, right? I've always wanted to, I'm the oldest of my siblings. I'm the oldest, so I've always been the boss, right? I've always been a dancer, so I've always wanted to be the person that created the routines. I've always been the choreographer, right? I always wanted to be that. When I got into high school, I joined the cheerleading team. I wanted to be the captain. Guess what? I was a captain for 4 years, came back as a coach, right? Those are things that I wanted to do because that's where I've always been, right? I've always been into the arts. I've always been into, making clothes, drama, singing, dancing. All of that used to be my life. That is no longer my life, but it all again brought me to the places that I am right now, right? And so makeup took me to another place. Makeup is something that I did for a very long time, a very, very, very long time. And I ended up doing music videos and magazines and all that other stuff. I said, after that, it was YouTube. So that's how I started on YouTube, is doing the makeup tutorials and things like that. So after doing all of the makeup videos and stuff like that, and I was working with a makeup company that was really known for bold makeup. Um, they were like the first people to come out with like neon pigments and the paint wheels and stuff like that. I know a lot of y'all don't know what I'm talking about if you're not into makeup, but even if you are into makeup, right now you see the very simple palettes, but there used to be these things called they were like paint wheels, and so they had like 3 colors inside. So you get like the paint wells, maybe red, yellow, and blue, or pink, green, and purple. Like it was just a bunch of those, and they were really pigmented colors. And so I used to work with this brand, and they were known, because first of all, the girl who ran the company was a dope makeup artist, and she wanted more dope makeup artists to do that. She was like one of the first people who started really doing that influencer marketing and stuff. I could definitely give her kudos for doing it. Things didn't happen the way they should happen. It was a lot of drama. That was in a time when YouTube days used to be super fun. YouTube days used to be super fun. There used to be so much drama. OMG. I know a lot of my videos are gone because I got hacked. And so a lot of my videos from that particular time are gone. But oh my gosh, it was a time. It was a time. That was when YouTube was popping. YouTube has gotten boring, but it was popping. And so I was working with this brand, and everything just started, I was learning things. I was learning how to get the people in. I was learning how to sell. I was learning how to build the teams and things like that, because that's what I was, right? Because the person who was operating the business, she was dope at having these amazing ideas, but as far as having relationships with people, she would fall out with everybody she worked with. Everybody. And it used to be high drama. Oh my gosh. It used to be high drama. It used to be, and Candace put the name in here, but I call it, if y'all know me, I say it's the brand that remains nameless, right? So if y'all want to know, y'all can go ahead and look at that brand. But Candace put it in there. And so I do not mention their name at all. Ever. I've been calling them the brand that remains nameless for years. Okay. And so I was learning how to do that, and it would used to be that brand against all the other brands. Any other brand that came up, it used to be them. She used to buy their trademarks. It was crazy in them streets. YouTube was so crazy in the streets. I hope y'all don't mind me sharing this part. but it was so crazy because it used to be I think, it was competition, and because she was the first person who came out with these like wheels and stuff like that, she will always target the brands that came, like wasting time targeting other smaller brands that was just trying to, you see something, you see everybody is loving it. Some people start businesses. We see this with lip glosses. We see this with bath bombs. Remember, we saw bath bombs and stuff like that. And we was like, oh, bath bombs, those look cool. Let's do bath bombs. Or, soaps, anything in body butters. Everybody want to do body butters. Everybody, they see the trend and they see where everybody, yeah, they see there's traction in that lane and everybody ends up wanting to do it. So that's what was going on. And so she hated it. And anytime she seen it, she would try to take them people down. Right. And so it was a time. It was a time to be alive. It was a time to be alive. And so I've learned a lot from that. And I knew from that moment that I did not want to I didn't want to do any more makeup. The next step would have been for me to create a makeup company, because I had all the connections. I knew all the people. I knew the suppliers. I knew all of the, I knew the ins and out. This is something that I was familiar with. I was comfortable with, but it was something I was like, nope, I don't want to do this. I'm not going to compete with her, and I'm not going to, and not because I couldn't, but because that's not where my passion was. I wasn't doing it like I did what I was doing for her because she asked me to come on and do that with her. That's how I did it. I wasn't out there searching for a job to manage influencers and being a VP or whatever in a makeup brand. That's not what I was doing. And so she asked me to come on, and that's how that happened. And because of that, it took me into making the Bath and the Body products, right? And I'm saying, I'm sharing myself and my life, my story, to let you know that all of the experiences that you've been in your life are going to shape you for what's to come. Right? I say all of this because, again, just because it didn't work out don't mean that it was a mistake. It meant that whatever I was learning in that particular area was something I was supposed to get to take me to my next level self. Remember, I tell you all the time, your next level you is going to require next level work, a different kind of work ethic. You can't take that same old you to the new position. You got to do new things. You got to start, you have to become better because you are expanding. And so since you're expanding and you're growing, you can't be that old shrunken version of yourself. You have to grow into the new version of yourself, and it's okay for you to have to learn things along the way. And I think we get stuck in a spot where we're like, oh well, this is it. I only, I make candles and I'm stuck here. No, just because you make candles don't mean that that's where you're going to be stuck. Candles may be the vehicle that's going to take you to the next level, and the next level is going to be something different. And you may do something with candles, but it may be at a different capacity, and that is okay. And as long as you are fluid and you're able to, flow within what's going on and learn as you go and learn as you grow, you'll be able to take these lessons and say, because all of these things happen is not a mistake. This is what I needed to shape me for this next thing. And so everything that I use within that time frame shaped me for what I needed to be for Bubble Babes. Let me know if I'm making sense. Let me go back into the comments and see what you guys are saying, because I know some of y'all know who the company is. Oh yes, the cut creases. They were so difficult back then. Oh my gosh, I used to hate cut creases because you had to do so much work. They made it so much easier. Like the people who do cut creases now, I'm like, oh, that's easy and quick. Let me tell you what we was doing. Oh my gosh, we were right now we're not going to talk about makeup, but it's easier now to do a cut crease than what we were doing back in the day. What we were doing back in the day was crazy. Why is there? Okay, come on, y'all. Hit the like button. I hit the like button. I hit the like button. Good morning, Christopher Reed. Good morning. How are you doing this amazing morning? Your cut crease was the truth. I watched every video. Come on, Candace. Listen, it was a time. It was a time to be alive. That is when YouTube was popping. Okay. Popping. This drama that they had, I remember there was some people who had drama. Some people had drama with Jeffree Star, and I was like, that's whack. That's whack. If you was around when we were around, oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, Melly Mel, it was. Yes. Yes. And that pink, that neon pink eyeshadow would stain your eyelids, and so your eyelids would be pink for a couple of days. Oh my gosh. It was a time. It was a time to be alive. Like I was around when no, I was around when Corin was around. I was around those times with Queen of Blending. Like those were the fun times. Those were the fun times. They were the fun people. Like the drama came from y'all, the company that y'all just mentioned, the company that she made that will remain nameless. But it was fun. It was fun. We had a blast. It was popping for sure. Yes, yes. I was watching you way back when, Nikki. Hey, come on, Melly Mel. YouTube drama was way too common, and it was so much fun. I would not say, oh, I don't get into YouTube drama. I used to love to be in some YouTube drama because I would get on the camera and read for filth. Let me tell you something. I would read for filth, and if I knew somebody was picking on somebody else, I would come in and I would have. Oh man, it was a time to be alive. It was a time to be alive. That's before we called stuff viral. Yep, people were literally exploded on every video. Yep, yep, yep. It was so good. It was a good time. Good morning, Queenie. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Listen, the drama was ridiculous. The drama that they have now, like I said, I'm like, y'all got drama, but it ain't like what we had. Like we used to go hard in the paint. We used to go hard in the paint. Remember Atia? Yes. Atia in them wigs. Let me tell you something. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. I ain't gonna lie, it was entertaining. It was. It was. It was a good time. It was a really good time. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, that pigment used to stain your eyes. Um, the pinks, the reds, your eyes would be stained for days. Your eyes would be stained for days. But my point is that shaped me for the next level of what I was going to do. Yes, I had to learn how to operate in my own business. I had to learn how to make products because again, I wasn't making anything. I was just managing. And so I had to learn how to make things. And so I had to test out and experiment and all of that other stuff. And then 15 years later, I'm still doing that. But of course, I went through a lot of different things. I went through a lot of different versions of this business. I went from the beginning stages where everything was popping because again, I had all my friends who were influencers. They were all the people that were talking about my products, and I had to learn how to find my audience because I didn't know who my audience was because I was talking to the audience, my makeup audience. My makeup audience wasn't my bath and body audience. And it was something that I had to learn and I had to grow into, right? It's okay to learn. It's okay for people to not understand which you don't know exactly where you're going with it. You don't really understand the vision. You think that okay, it should be easy, and no, it was not easy, and it's never going to be easy, right? If something is too easy, kind of question it. But it took some adjusting, and so I had to adjust. I had to pivot. I had to learn how to speak to my audience. I had to learn to find my audience. I had to learn, okay, what do they like? Because when I started out with a million different things, right? And it was like, okay, everything is not selling. Just because you like to make it don't mean that you should make it. And I was making everything. I love making bath bombs. I love making bath truffles. These are things that I no longer have, right? Bath truffles. I love making dessert everything, dessert bath bombs, dessert soaps, dessert everything. I love doing that. And all of those things were not my best sellers. People gravitated to certain things. So I had to learn to listen to my customers. I had to learn to listen to the things that they wanted. And that I evolved into that. And so then I was like, okay, well, I kind of know who my audience is. I kind of know what they want. And so I had to start changing things around. Just because I wanted to do something don't mean that everybody else wanted it. And so I had to learn that as a businesswoman, like, Okay, everybody doesn't want that, and it's sitting on the shelves. You're wasting money on ingredients, trying to buy all these things to make all this stuff that nobody is buying, and you end up having to put it on sale because nobody is buying it. You have to learn to be open. You have to be adaptable. You have to be able to pivot, right? Pivot and adapt. You have to learn how to do that. Why? Because in business, things are going to change for you. Just because you started out in candles, don't mean that that's where you're going to end up. Just because you started out in candles, 5 years later, you may be doing something different. You may find out that your room sprays are doing better than your candles, and you start selling. You focus more on the room sprays because you know that those things are bringing in the money. So you're gonna focus more on the things that's going to bring money, and you're gonna focus less, if not at all, on the things that are not bringing money. Right? You're not gonna focus on those things anymore because it's not bringing you any money, and it doesn't make sense for you to go harder on those things that are not selling. I mean, you can, if you really believe in them and that's what your brand is all about, then yes. But if that's not where your brand is about and you still trying to find your way and you feeling things out, then you let it go. It's okay to let those things go. I was saying yesterday, you don't owe it to anybody to be the old version of yourself. If you see that your company is going in a different direction, it is okay for you to start pivoting and start making adjustments so that you can move with the move. Because again, you don't want to be left behind and then stuck with a bunch of stuff that you can't sell, or now you got to sell at a reduced price, and you probably just making what you spent on it and you're not making a profit. So why would you wait? You're wasting time, you're wasting ingredients, and you're wasting all of your resources trying to sell these things thinking that people want them, but they're telling you that they don't want them. And so you have to be able to adjust when times like that happen. And so it taught me I had to learn how to start weeding out products. I couldn't make everything, right? I'm not going to be for everybody. What is selling? What is the thing that people are gravitating to? So I realized that people were gravitating to my natural ingredients. I realized that people love the facial soaps, the serums, the brush soaps, and those type of things. That is where my energy went. Yes, I had some people that loved my bath bombs. I had some people that loved all my bath and body stuff, my dessert candles and stuff like that. I had people that loved those things, but those were not the things that were selling. I cannot pay my bills with those couple of orders that was coming in for those things. I needed to make major moves so I could put my time, my resources, and my energy into the things that are moving the needle forward for my business. And again, this is what I'm saying. You cannot be so stern in thinking this is where I have to be in my business. You got to be able to be fluid. You have to be able to pivot because things are going to change on you. And you got to be able to not be so attached to it. We got emotional attachment to things because we think because we started with it, we got to keep it. No, you do not. Don't have that emotional attachment to a thing where you can't separate yourself, where it's going to hurt you. Right? You don't want to be stuck in that place. You've got to be able, as entrepreneurs, we have to be able to be fluid. Y'all with me in the chat? Say I'm with you in the chat. Candace says, this is perfect. Nikki, this is what I was speaking to Sunday in class. Time to shift. Yes. Yes. And also you may need to shift because again, I was talking about cocoa butter being outrageous, olive oil being outrageous. These are two major things that I need in my soap. And so now I got to figure out other ways to make soap, or I have to figure out other things that can substitute that, or you know what I'm saying? And this is a part, and I want people to understand this is a moment of transition. This is not the final destination, right? Because we feel, oh, I can't make this anymore. Oh, my business sucks. I can't operate my business. No, you can still operate your business. You got to operate your business differently. It is okay. Different don't mean done. You know what I'm saying? You're going to operate differently. You're not going to move the same way, and that's okay. And I think we get too attached to something and say I need to make this all the time. No, if it's not feasible for you to do that, then you've got to pivot. Again, all of the things in my life has taught me and have brought me to a moment where it's like, okay, there is a little adjusting that I have to do. right? And just because I'm making an adjustment don't mean I'm wrong. Just because I'm making an adjustment don't mean that the vision is dead. Just because I'm making an adjustment don't mean that I gotta close my doors. No, it just means that it's an adjustment and things are going to change. Again, I've been in business for 15 years and I've seen and I've done a lot of things. And because of all those things, I'm able to operate the way that I operate. I'm able to move the way that I move because I've seen a lot of things. So going on to the next thing is, okay, so your next progression would be, oh, I wanted a store. That was one of the things I needed, a store, because that makes stamp seal of approval. I got a store. People can come and start shop at my store. And till I realized, you don't have a life with the store. You have to open even when you don't feel good, when you don't want to be there, when you need time, when you need to pack orders, when you need to make stuff, when you need to operate in that store. If you do not have employees to work for you, it is you and you in that store. And because you operated and because you opened up this store and you say you're going to be there from whatever time to whatever time, people, you got to think, people may be coming to visit your store from wherever, and you can't be closed. You've got to be open no matter what. And if you don't have a plan and if you don't have a team, it's going to be hard for you to keep that up. Right. And I was able to say, okay, I'm going to open only on a couple of hours. I'm only going to do this. I'm only going to do that. But I wasn't able, like at the time when I had my store, and I had two stores. So at the time that I had my store, I had like my influencer friends going crazy, right? And so I would have like hundreds and hundreds of orders that had to go out. So I didn't have time to really be operating with the customers, trying to make the products, trying to pack this, trying to ship them out, trying to make the post office. Sometimes if I missed the mailman, I would have to go down into the next town over, which is where I live, the next town over to go to the post office, then come back up the road, which was about 20 minutes both ways. So now I'm missing, business that could be coming. It was just a lot of stuff. And it's a lot of things that we don't consider. We think, oh yeah, we want a store. We could do this. We could do that. Let me tell you something. And this is not to discourage anybody. This is just to make you aware. Right? It's just to make you aware that when you decide that this is what you want to do, that your schedule you have to have a solid plan as far as operating a store. I know Patricia was sharing her story about operating in the mall. It was a nightmare for her to find employees that were going to operate the store, to sell the way you need them to sell, B, to care about it the way that you're going to care about it, and to get there, to just show up, period. People don't want to work. They don't care about your stuff. They don't care about presentation. They don't care about any of that. And so when you are operating a store, you can't just think, oh, I'm going to be able to do it, because there's going to be days when you physically cannot do it. Operating as, let me tell y'all, let's give you a little background. As I was operating my store, being a mom, going to my son's an athlete, going back and forth to his stuff. I have my nephew going to his stuff. He's also an athlete, going to do that. I was also the swim coach. So on Saturdays and on evenings, I had to be at the pool with the team in the summertime, right? And do all of those things. Like, there were times I didn't feel good, or I want to go out with my family. It's Saturday. I want to do Saturday things. It's Sunday. I want to do Sunday things. And I'm operating in my business. And so you got to think, most people are going to come frequent your store on a Saturday, Sunday, because they're working during the weekend. Maybe they can't get to it because you're out of the way, right? And so you have to be open Saturday, Sunday. And so I say all of that to say that you have to have a plan. And so on my vision board, that's what I had, and I did it. I can say that it was accomplished, but it is something that if I ever do that again, and I don't have it in my mind right now. It's not my vision right now for me to have a store. It's not in my vision right now for me to have a warehouse or anything like that, because operating where I was like, it made me realize that's not what I wanted. Yes, I seen everybody else doing it, and I seen that, oh, I think that's the next right step. And I thought it was. And for a time it was. But then it was time for me to let that go, because COVID came into the picture and everything started to slow down. Okay, so now this is an added expense that I have. I can't, not that I can't do it, because I could. It's still a nice space for me to operate, because we, again, lots of orders and things like that. So a lot of product is being made. I was also able to have my assistant, who wasn't able to run the store for me, because my assistant was able to come in when she was able to come in, which was great. Right. So if I left the store at 8 o'clock, she could come in at midnight or whatever time she came in. By the time I came in the morning, the store was clean. Everything in the shelves was back to normal. Everything looked great. And then I start working again. And then she comes in. That was perfect. Right. But it was not something that I could maintain, because COVID happened. And then you know what I'm saying? So, and she was working with other people. I was like, I'm not going to put myself in that position. And so things had to change. So I say all of that to say everything teaches you what, like, just because you have the vision for 1 year or one time, don't mean that it has to be consistent. Like, why I didn't get this store, or I wanted this kind of store, I wanted to be here and I wanted to do this. Things may change because your vision is going to change, and it is okay for your vision to change. It's okay. Sometimes the vision is going to change, especially when you see what you need to do in order for that to happen. Are you willing to sacrifice that? Are you willing to do that? Is that what you want to do? And I'm not saying, again, this is not to say, oh, let's make it easy, let's make it comfortable. No, I'm saying you got to do the work, but you need a plan in order to get that thing. So if I should ever have a store again, I know that I need to make sure that I have a team that's going to operate it. I have a plan that I'm going to implement, and I have a quality staff that's going to actually sell my products and be as passionate with my products as I am. And the reason why I say your experience is going to show you that is because after the time of me having the shop, I'm able to see those things, right? I didn't know that before I got the shop, but I did know it now. Do y'all feel what I'm saying? So I say all of that to say, again, experience is going to get you ready for the next step. Your next step may be different than what your original vision is, but it is okay for you to have something different, a different outlook, a different perspective, because it's going to allow you to be able to pivot. It's going to allow you to be able to make those changes, and for you not to feel so attached to that thing, and that you are going to do by hook or by hook, you're going to try to make that thing happen, knowing that there's adjustments that need to be made. You have to be fluid enough to be able to make those adjustments. Let me know if y'all with me in the chat. Let me know if y'all with me in the chat. Melly Mel says, making soap. I'm definitely trying to work out ingredient adjustments because the material prices are off the chain. Period. Off the chain. Period. We've got to be able to make those adjustments. Just because is it like, okay, so the price hikes, does that mean that you're not meant to make soap anymore? No, it doesn't. It means that now I have to find different resources. Now I have to find a different way to make it happen. I have to come up with some different ways. I have to move some things around and see how I'm going to be able to do this and successfully do it. And it is okay. It is okay. Just because the prices went up don't mean, okay, Mel, you're not supposed to be making soap no more. That's not what it means. It means that you got to make adjustments. It means that you got to start seeking other ways for you to get this thing done. And again, that is okay. It is okay to pivot. It is okay to make adjustments, but you cannot get stuck. Okay, you cannot get stuck. That's the main thing, is not getting stuck. And so I say all of that to say things are going to change. I had a time on my board where I wanted event spaces, and that was just because I was watching so much of Mio, and I was like, oh, well, Mio's talking about event spaces. Well, I had my store, I could have an event spaces, I could do this, and because at that time it meant something to me, that's what I wanted, right? And I think after the store, I was like, yeah, I don't think I want an event space anymore, because now I gotta worry about people, and I gotta worry about staff, and I gotta do all these things. And so it changed my mind a little bit. But I just want to let you know that, again, you do not have to stay stuck. You do not feel like you have to be tied down to a vision that you had. The vision may, it's going to take some adjustments. You may have to, open up your mind a little bit. You may have to pivot a little bit. But if you do, it doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you quit. It just means that things have to change a little bit because they shifted, and that is okay. It's okay to have a shift in any business. You know what I'm saying? Again, okay, so I'm still going, I'm still transforming, I'm still evolving, right? So I have my store, then I'm like, okay, so now I got to focus totally on online, right? So I'm doing just online. somehow my video picks up some traction of a video that I did years ago, and that was years ago that I wasn't even in the shop when I made this video. Years ago, picked up traction, went viral, and because of that viral video, I am now in front of you. Because of that viral video, I've become a teacher with BCMC, and because of that, it's allowed me to open up and see how to build community, to help other people build communities, to show my transparent self, and to share my stories, and to let entrepreneurs know, like, there's a side that everybody is not talking about, and maybe somebody else needs to hear what I'm saying, or somebody else needs to hear my story in order for them to know that it's okay for them to do this. Maybe they didn't have access to, having these different coaches and different aspects of classes and things like that. They didn't do all of that, but they can relate to me. They can come here, get something from here, from Coffee with Nikki in the morning. And again, I say this to say everything is always going to evolve. You just got to be fluid and just understand and just know that you have a gift that you are operating in. You have a purpose that you are operating in. And as long as you are taking the next right step in your purpose, as long as you feel that you're operating in your gift is going to make room for you. That's what they say, right? This in the Bible, right? Your gift will make room for you, and it will. Your gift will make room for you, and it will get you in spaces and places that you never thought that you would be in. You just got to allow yourself to take the next right step. You may not be able to see the whole staircase. You may not see the entire vision. You may see bits and pieces of it, but it is okay for you to see bits and pieces of your vision in order for you to get to see what the end game is, to see what it looks like at the top of the staircase, because everything is not going to show up, especially the way that you think it does, the way that you think it should, excuse me. It's not going to show up the way that you think it should. Sometimes your vision is going to look different. Sometimes you're not even going to understand it, but you just got to know, I'm just going to do what I'm meant to do. I'm here on this earth to do A, B, and C. I'm going to do A, B, and C. And once I start operating that, opportunities are going to open up for me. Doors are going to open up for me. Connections are going to happen for me. I'm going to meet people that are going to take me to something. And what my original vision looked like is way grander. What my original vision looks like is nothing like what I imagine is happening now. What I see now is way grander than what I've seen, because what I've seen was only from my experiences. And so since I've only been able to see that narrow amount of the vision, I wasn't able to see how broad this is. I wasn't able to see where this could take me. I wasn't able to see, a building with these certain people, or doing this type of thing. I couldn't see how big and how grand this is, because I've never experienced that kind of, that grandiose vision. So I was looking at it in tunnel vision, and I couldn't see. But now that I allowed myself to operate in my gift, to live in my gift, I'm able to see there are things that are opening up for me, and I'm just going to allow myself to keep on operating in my gift, because the more I operate in my gift, the more I'm operating in flow, the more that I'm getting in alignment with my purpose. And when I get in the purpose with my alignment, the floodgates are going to be open, and opportunities are going to be endless. But you got to recognize that all of your life's experiences are getting you ready for something else. And so don't look at things, things didn't go right, things didn't happen the way that you wanted, the business took a turn. It's okay. But just look at these things as lessons, and know that these are going to be the things that are going to help you to build that character, to give you that extra edge that you need to do those things that you never even knew that you could do. So that is what I have for y'all today. I hope that this was good for y'all. We went down memory lane into my crazy life. And I hope that this resonated with you all. Just to open your eyes and just know, as long as I'm doing the next right thing and the next right thing and the next right thing, and I know that I'm operating in my gift, I know that I'm operating. And you may say, oh, well, I don't know what my gift is. You know right now that you're doing something that you're good at. Whatever that thing is, everybody is not. And then we think about gifts that has to be super big. Like we're not the best singer on earth, and we're not the best dancer on earth, and we're not this and we're not that. Your gift may be that you're a great organizer. Your gift may be that you speak well to people, and so people understand what you're saying, and they listen to you, and they take your direction. That may be what your gift is. Your gift may be that you work in tech and you're really good at tech. Your gift may be that you're great in graphics and you want to, you know what I'm saying? As long as you're operating in your gift, Your gift will make room for you. Your gift will make room for you. So let me check and see what you guys are saying before we check out. It's okay to change your mind. Right. It is okay to change your mind. You don't owe it to anybody to be the old version of yourself. You owe it to absolutely nobody. Period. Point blank. You don't owe it to anybody. You want to change tomorrow? Change tomorrow. You want to change 5 seconds from now? Change 5 seconds from now. You want to be a different version of yourself, a better version of yourself? You have the right to do that at any given moment. You don't have to, oh, well, I got to know. You don't. You don't have to be the same for nobody. When I first launched, my vision was to have a store. Now I realize I don't want a store, but I really want to flourish in other retail spaces. Right? Let them man the employees. Let them worry about the taxes. Let them do those things. I don't want to do those things. Right? And I'm not trying to discourage anybody from having a store. I'm just saying, when you want to do something like that, you definitely need a plan, and that plan has to include other people and not just you. It can't just include you. You are not going to be able, you can do it. You can do it. But that you should, it doesn't mean that you should do it. Because you can don't mean that you should. Right? You can operate your store by yourself. But if you want to do stuff, you want to go on a date, you want to take care of the kids, there's a family emergency, something, that store, somebody still got to be at that store. So you need a plan. And so if your desire and your vision is to have a store, you want to make sure that your plan is tight. Who's going to operate in this? Who's going to do the store with you? Who's going to, who are you going to hire? What are you going to do? So if you don't have business for the next couple of months, do you have a plan in place that you're able to take care of those bills if you're not going to be able to operate that store? What if something happens where, you get sick and you, like I said, you can't operate for a couple of months? The bills still got to be paid at that store. So do you have a plan in place? You got to think about those things, because these things happen, and we like to think that they won't happen because we just think that everything's supposed to happen. Oh, I got the store. It was meant for me to have the store. No, it's meant for you to have the store. You got the store, but you need a plan. You need a plan. You need something that's going to work in its place. So if something happened and you're not there, we need to have a backup plan. If something an employee can't get there, who's going to be the backup plan to open up the store? Who's going to be the person that's going to close the store? Who are you going to trust with your register? Who are you going to trust with you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that has to go on in the store. It's the same thing as like being a homeowner. A lot of people think, oh yeah, I want to be a homeowner. I want to be a homeowner. But you got to realize, as a homeowner, anything that happens in your house is your responsibility. Right? If you renting or whatever, you know that the person who owns that property got to take care of that. But when you own your own, you got to do all those big things, these big money things. They suck your money dry. And you have to, everything, anything you have to do in your home, unless it's something like small, like painting or something like that, is a big bill if you are a homeowner. Big bills. So don't let something happen with the septic. Oh, that's a huge bill. Don't let something happen with the plumbing. That's a big bill. Electricity, a big bill. Roofing and all that other stuff, big bills. Don't let something happen like that. Windows, huge bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to think about those things. And so the same way you would think about them as a homeowner, you got to think about them in your business as well. Right? You have to think about it in your business as well. As Proverbs 18:16, a man's gift makes room for him. Thank you. A man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men. Come on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Having a store is not for the weak. We got Tasha K. Tasha K got one. And the great thing about them is she has her wife, and they could at least work off each other, right? They have each other. But imagine you doing it. This is a solo thing, and you don't have anybody to operate or to do something. Tasha was on with us while we was doing Battle of the Bands, and her wife was operating a event at the store. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to have a plan. You have to have a plan. And again, it's not to say don't have it. I don't want to discourage anybody from having a store, because if that is your vision, if that is what you want to do, then do it. If that's the goal for you, the end goal is for you to have the store. I also want to encourage you to think about how this is going to operate without you. And I'm not saying without you because you're dead and gone. I'm saying without you, should you get sick? Without you, should you have to run and go do something with your children? Without you, should you have an appointment? You know, that kind of thing. And that's all I wanted to say. So just everything prepares you for the next lesson. And don't be afraid to pivot if necessary, and also realize that everything that you go through in your life is a part of the experience that's going to build the character for you to take you to the next level. Everything that I've gone through, even though I've been in different areas of my life, I was able to take lessons from each and everything that I've you know experienced in my life, and I was able to take those with me into today, the life lessons and the takeaways and the whole thing. I was able to add that to my life and say this builds up character, because I know doing it this way causes this, or doing it this way I get this kind of results, or doing it you know what I'm saying. I'm able to take that with me. So I don't want you to take anything that you do as a failure. I want you to look at those things, turn it around, and say, what lesson did I learn in this? Because just because it looked bad don't mean that it is bad. There's something that you have to learn from it. So with that being said, y'all, she said I get divorced every week. Listen. Every single week. Every single week she getting divorced. Listen, I know. I know. Because it is tough. Okay. You totally spoke on a chapter I read this morning from the book I'm reading. Thank you for the confirmation. Hey, let's get it. Let's go. Come on, Michelle. All right, y'all. So that is all I have for y'all. I will keep on rambling and rambling, and I need to cut it out. So thank you, everybody, for rocking with me this morning. If you are not following me on social media, please go on ahead and follow me on social media. I am Bubble Babes, BABEZ University everywhere. Go on ahead and join the community. It is bubblebabesuniversity.com. Click community. It's free to join, absolutely free to join. If you watch this far and you have not yet subscribed, I'm gonna need y'all to subscribe. Like, hello, how McGrath. So I need y'all to subscribe, turn on your notifications bell so that you can be notified when we go live. We go live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coffee with Nikki, your daily cup of information and inspiration. And that is it. That is all, y'all. I will see y'all again in the morning. So I will talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.